If you were alive during the 2010s, which I assume you were unless you're some type of AI watching this for data, you remember the absolute chokehold that Iggy Azalea had on the music industry for about 9 months. But not just any 9 months, I'm talking about a meteoric explosion. How did this woman's career went from fancy to fantastically over? And the crazy part, a story started way before she was photoshopped into every meme on Twitter. Today, we're talking about the rise and fall of Iggy Azalea, and trust me, the tea is hot, the drama is plentiful, and the comment section is probably already arguing. Let's rewind. Before the Billboard hits, before the fake southern accent accussions, before the Twitter meltdowns, Iggy Azalea was just Amethyst Amelia Kelly, a girl from Mullumbimby, Australia. And if you've never heard of that place, don't worry. Neither has anyone else. It's a small town, and by small I mean if you sneeze while driving through it, you're already in another town. But this young Iggy wasn't trying to live a normal Australian life. No koalas, no beaches, no tourism brochures. She wanted something bigger. Rap. Yep. The girl from rural Australia wanted to be a rapper. A choice that already had people looking at her like, girl, what? So at 16, she drops out of high school, convinces her parents to let her take a vacation to America, and then just never comes back. Wild. She arrives in Miami with a suitcase, a dream, and probably no money, because I don't think I'm moving to America to become a rapper gets you in the savings department. But here's the thing. She wasn't delusional. She put in the work. She cleaned houses, worked random jobs, and slept in shady apartments while trying to get her music out there. And she does something smart. She starts using the internet. Fast forward to 2011, she drops her first album, her first song, the $$Y, and 2 times music video on YouTube. These videos were bold. Actually, bold is too polite. They were straight up chaotic, but that's exactly why they worked. Suddenly, people were talking about this random Australian girl who looked like a model but rapped like she grew up next to T.I. or something. And not in a good way. The internet wasn't confused, they were concerned. The accent, the voice, the lyrics, half the internet was like, who let this sim character escape the loading screen? But no matter how people felt, they were watching. And attention equals opportunity. She gets co-signed by T.I., signs with Grand Hustle, and now she has validation, like actual validation. Suddenly, she's not just that Australian girl trying to rap. Now, she's that Australian girl trying to rap with the king of the southern behind her. This was one of the first controversial eras for her. People felt she was skipping the line, getting fast-tracked through a culture she didn't grow up in. But again, good or bad, the hype kept growing. Then in 2014, this happens. The year of Iggy. The year where every grocery store, every club, every taxi, every clothing store at the mall played her music like She Paid Rente. Fancy drops featuring Charlie XCX. And the song becomes a planetary level hit. Not a national hit, a planet-wide hit. It becomes the longest running #1 single by a female rapper at the time. 8 weeks straight, peak, certified pop culture domination. And anyone who tells you they didn't bump that song is lying. Even the haters were secretly doing the first things first. I'm the realest, lip sync in the mirror. But with massive success comes massive scrutiny. And this is where the fall begins. Not all at once, just slowly, like a Jenga tower, where the blocks are racism accusations, Twitter feuds, and questionable live performances. First, people criticized her accent, of course. She rapped in what sounded like an exaggerated southern flow, even though her speaking voice was fully Australian, not a hint of Atlanta. And people felt she was mimicking or caricaturing, and people felt she was mimicking black culture. The The debates went crazy online. She fired back on Twitter a lot. Basically, Iggy vs. Twitter was its own cinematic universe. Then came the Azalea Banks feud. And if you know Azalea Banks, you already know she's like the Thanos of musical beefs. No one survives intact. Banks called Iggy out for benefiting from black culture without using her platform to speak on black issues. Iggy responded in the worst possible way, clapping back, getting defensive, and looking tone deaf. Even celebrities chimed in. Q-Tip famously wrote her a literal essay on Twitter explaining the history of hip-hop, an actual hip-hop history class, publicly on Maine. From there, the hip-hop community as a whole started distancing itself from her. She was too pop for rap fans, too rap for pop fans, and too controversial for everyone else. Plus, the live performances. Look, I'm not here to bully, but these clips of her freestyling on stage, they went viral for wrong reasons. The internet was not kind. Memes everywhere, and memes can end careers faster than record labels. By late 2014, early 2015, the karma train hit full speed. A petition began to take away her Grammy nomination. Yeah, a literal petition. People were tired. The internet decided Iggy Azalea was cancelled before cancel culture was even a term. Then the fall turned into a nosedive. Album delays, label drama, Twitter blow-ups, feuds with her ex Nick Young, who cheated on her and got exposed by his own teammate, controversies with fans, drama with Britney Spears, and a general vibe of everything is on fire. She tried comebacks, rebrands, new labels, new sounds, new visuals, but nothing stuck. The magic was gone. The industry moved on, and just like that, the girl who once had the biggest song in the world couldn't even chart. Now, to be fair, Iggy never fully disappeared. She still tours, still releases music independently, still has fans, and she is honestly a lot more self-aware and calmer now. But the reality is, her mainstream career never recovered. She became a cautionary tale about cultural appropriation, online backlash, and the dangers of blowing up too fast without a solid foundation. So what caused the fall of Iggy Azalea? Was it racism accusations, internet bullying, industry, politics, a lack of authenticity, a mix of everything? Probably. But one thing's certain, her rise was fast. Her fall was faster. And the legacy is complicated. Some see her as a pioneer for non-American women in rap. Others see her as an example of everything wrong with the industry at that time. Either way, she's unforgettable because not everyone becomes a superstar. And even fewer fall from stardom this dramatically. 1 minute you're number one in the world, and the next you're trending because someone roasted your freestyle on TikTok. And that's the story of Iggy Azalea. Her rise, her peak, her fall, and the tea in between.